broadcast. Perfect broadcast.
And we're perfect. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, look who we have with us at the table.
Hey, somebody new here. Hi.
Exactly.
Hello,
Welcome.
you two.
Welcome.
This
Happy
is
Father's Day.
Ryan Owens. He's a member of our Board of Trustees. Here at First
Absolutely.
Unity.
Happy Father's Day to you all.
Happy Father's Day to you. You have some cute kids.
Thank you. And they're coming to campus today, so I'm super excited about that.
Happy
Yes.
Father's Day.
How'd you have such cute kids?
I don't know. It's all in the mother. I can assure
That's
you.
what I'm saying.
I can assure you that is true.
Yeah, see, we all agree. We're in full agreement here at this table. Thank you, Mama. We appreciate you.
Isn't it
Yes.
fabulous being a father?
What's that?
Isn't it fabulous being a father?
No, really. Yeah, it's an amazing journey, and they grow up so fast.
They teach you something new every day.
They are the best teachers and the best salespeople the world's ever seen. Tell my son no, and he'll ask you 1,000 questions until he gets to a yes. That guy is good.
I know. If we could, as business owners, teach your sales force to be like an unrelenting child.
5-year-old training.
Or does he do what I used to do?
What's that?
I would ask my father something, and he would say no. Then I would go ask my mother, but then I'd tell her that my father had said yes.
You're playing that game. That sounds like Kelson also. You got from the school of Richard on that one.
Right. What's being a father? What do you think in a 24 in a day's time? What do you think is the aha moment that happens to you every day with your children?
The aha moment, like any more children we have, we're going to be outnumbered here. That's the aha moment I have.
Well, you know what you have to do
I
for
got
that.
two. We're even right now, but it's just the abundance of energy that they have, and the aha. Because in my spiritual life, I want to be present, and it's amazing how they can go from a moment of being upset and then have something coming, and then they lose that. It just dissipates, and they go on to the next thing. Instead of like some of us, maybe me, who likes to hold on to being upset sometimes for an extended period of time.
Isn't it amazing how a child, I wish I had this ability, they can go 100 miles per hour, then all of a
Yes.
sudden they can go to sleep.
Isn't that awesome? I'd like to have that aha and sleep like they do after all that energy.
Maybe it's because they don't process things like we do as an adult.
And I think they are, just like you said, they're perfect teachers for us on how to experience zeal and excitement and then to release and let go.
Yeah.
Because it's amazing to me being a mom when a child falls down off a skateboard or skins his knee and they're about to start, and you say, oh, it's okay, you're okay, and they go, oh, okay, well, I'm okay, and I'm going to go continue playing.
They look to you for guidance on how am I going to
Absolutely.
react to this one here.
Yes,
The beautiful thing
absolutely.
is sometimes parents, I was totally sidetracked.
Yes.
I, as a growing up young, was a mama's boy. And
Love mama.
but when I got to be probably in my early 30s, it was like a light went off. My father and I were so close, and he could almost read my mind. And I was amazed how engaged he really was, and how I would be in a conversation with him and would think maybe he wasn't listening, and then a month later he would go back and pick up a nugget from what we were talking about. I'm like, you were listening. But my relationship with my father as an adult was beautiful. I loved it.
I love that. So that's a beautiful story here for Father's Day too. Having a close relationship with your father is a beautiful thing. I did as well. I love my father. I miss you, Dad. But it's great to be here at Unity today with my children. So we're talking about the children coming in. Just awesome, which I look forward to talking about today. Having them and knowing that they're going to be raised in a community is just such a blessing. I feel so happy about that today. So that's my joy.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yes. And today is also the summer solstice. So it's summer solstice celebration tonight
Summertime?
at 6 o'clock. Yeah.
And this
Awesome.
living is easy.
Somebody's going to be singing about that summertime. So if you missed Wanda Nero Butler a couple of weeks ago singing Summertime,
About 3 weeks ago.
she's going to sing Summertime tonight at the summer solstice. And Lisa Nadu is going to sing Summer Breeze.
Oh, I love that song.
Yes, yes,
That's
yes,
the right
yes.
Summer
Love
Breeze.
that. And we have a fire twirler.
Oh, amazing.
Courtesy of our media director, Brian, who hooked
love
us up
Brian.
with that. Yes.
Is he
Thank you,
twirling
Brian.
fire? I thought Brian just spit.
Is Brian twirling the fire? That's going to be fun. Summer
It is.
solstice.
It is going to be fun.
And we also have to take in consideration that sometimes people don't have fathers or didn't have a father in their life. And people become father figures. I know I have been a father figure to several young people. And Lord knows my godchildren now are grown up and have their own children. I don't know how they got old and I didn't.
You didn't.
Because I know the right doctors.
Get a referral.
But there's a lot of mothers and aunts and uncles and grandparents who step into that father role. And it's so important to also, we salute you who move in that father energy and that father spirit in someone's life.
Absolutely. Because we can all celebrate Father's Day.
Most certainly.
Whether we are an actual father, whether we are a surrogate father, whether we are an uncle, and also whether we're just a child of a father. So all of us that are children of fathers are honoring our father, and I'm sure having a lot of memories, some bittersweet because maybe our fathers are gone, but we're bringing that male energy in, that divine masculine energy, allowing that male energy to just wash over us today as an honor to our fathers.
Yes.
I just had a reminiscence of one of my godchildren when he was just a tiny thing. He lived in the neighborhood with us. And it was so cute because he came up to the side light of the front door one time and put his face. It was Naboth. Put his little face, it was so cute. Put his face up to the window to look inside if he could see Uncle Richard. And there was a nose print and little C's, a handprint. And I went and let the housekeeper clean that window for years. But the thing was, he grew up past those little windows and there were still the windows. But the cute thing was even today, I see him and he's probably 22 now or 23. He still gives the best hugs in the whole wide world. So that's the payback for feeding positive stuff. And his parents even said, we always loved that you were his godparents at the end of the street.
Yeah, it's good to have that. That's a beautiful thing. I love what you said about it's not just the fathers, but that fatherly divine masculine that a lot of us take on that role. And so happy to all of you who are taking on that role here today, for sure.
And I had a wonderful father and had him most of my life. He lived to be 80. And my boys had a wonderful papaw. He was a wonderful papaw because I was a single mom, divorced early and raised my boys. And I have to give a shout out for my brother Steve, my older brother Steve. He stepped up and was a father figure for my boys. And my brother Steve was a biker. Dude. He was a biker dude, and he was Santa on a Harley. And my little son Heath, my youngest son, that was here a couple of weeks ago, that Temple said, "Here comes this guy 6'3", and you're saying my baby boy." But the other one's 6'5", so he is my baby boy. And but he was always Steve's little elf on the back of the Harley. In a little elf suit with his little vest, his little elf hat, while Steve was being Santa on the Harley. So yes.
Thank you, Steve.
Yeah.
Kimberly, did you have someone who, outside your family, did you have someone who spoke into your life like a father?
Into my life? Well, I had a lot of uncles. My dad. I know I've told y'all I have a big family. My dad was one of 11, and my mom was one of 14. So
that's why your grandfather's called Pawpaw, P-A-L-L. Come on,
Pawpaw.
Yeah, a lot of them.
So I have a lot of uncles, and my uncles were very strong in my life. And growing up, my ministers. My papa was a minister. My mom's dad and his brother, my great uncle Lester, was a Pentecostal minister, and so he was a strong influence in my life. And my Southern Baptist preacher Tony, was also. And when I got married, my great uncle Lester performed the ceremony, but awesome. In his church, in my papa's church. But preacher Tony, my Southern Baptist minister from a big old Baptist church, was sitting over there playing the piano and sang at my wedding. So I have both of them there on that day with my daddy walking me down the aisle. So it's a beautiful thing.
That is beautiful.
How about you?
Now what's that? What's that again? I was mesmerized by Kimberly's story here.
Did you have someone outside a physical relative?
Oh yeah. Growing up in my church, I had many people who were, as my mom was a single single parent. They had split when I was about 10 years old, so I had many men in the church. My grandfather Kelson, who I actually named my son after, was a very strong father figure, and of course, grandfather figure. But he taught me how to ride the bike, how to fish, how to hunt, do everything. So there was definitely men outside of my father who, and my father passed away early on when I was about 15. So there was people that stepped in at that time, just at that time in my life, to help guide me and realize that I would be potentially a little lost without a father, but a lot of great men stepped in. And I can't list them all right here, but thank you all for pouring into my life.
Cool.
It was wonderful, yeah.
I had, and I've spoken about him many times, I had our Archbishop, who was like a father granddaddy to me.
Yeah.
And he spent probably his last 5 years dealing with cancer, and his probably the last 3 years he did not get out of bed. And I would go over and shave him and cut his hair and sit with him. And sometimes he'd call over and say, "Son, you want to come over and just kind of hang out for a little bit?" Because at the end his circle got smaller and smaller and smaller that he would allow to see him in that condition, because he wanted to be remembered as a very strong minister. But I value those times because he shared so much with me, so many stories. He was friends with Martin Luther King and the King family, and was one of the first pastors in Atlanta with the integrated church. People were shooting bullets through the building and throwing bricks through their windows in their house, and so I treasure all that he fed into my ministry, and which was in my personal ministry. And he said something to me. I love this. I remember this. He was laying in the bed, and this was probably right before the last time he went into the hospital, before he passed. And he always did his finger up, and he'd say, "Son," because he called everybody son, "Son, you're going to touch people that I can never touch." And he was known all around the world.
Amazing.
And just the beautiful things he always spoke. When he was up and physical, we used to love on Friday nights. They'd call and say, "Hey, you want to come over and play games and eat dinner?" Because he loved to play games.
How beautiful. And you touched on something there about the integration of the churches in Atlanta. I watched a special yesterday because it was Juneteenth,
Yes.
a new national holiday, and holiday in almost every state now. And I watched Oprah's special on the Freedom Riders' 50th anniversary. What an amazing story that was, that these young people, mostly young people, and she had 172 of the original Freedom Riders there with her, and she was standing in the middle of them. And she said, "I'm amongst heroes right now," because to pick up and just go and step forward and say, "This is mine to do, and I'm going to make sure that we have integration." And it was just amazing, some of the personal stories, and the collective story was over the top, but then the individual stories for why I rode the bus, for why I went on the trip. It was
That's
awesome.
powerful.
It was.
That's powerful. Where'd you watch that again so I can check that out?
On Oprah's network.
Oprah's network. Oh, right?
Oh, you know she got her own.
sorry.
You know she got her own
That's
network.
right, that's
So we
right.
just did
And a magazine.
Sorry, Oprah, I haven't been keeping up like I should.
Yeah. I'm sure
Too
it's on
funny,
demand. I'm
too
sure you can
funny,
get it
too
on
funny.
demand.
Well,
I can find
we
it.
salute and celebrate everyone who's moving in their Father Spirit and moving in the Spirit to receive the Father Spirit. I always say, Heavenly Father, Mother Nature, know that the universe, the Divine Father, image, Spirit, is loving on you wherever you are, no matter what you're going through. Know that you are loved by us, by God, by the Spirit of the universe.
And know that although you are the child of your Father, that you are, every single one of us, each and every one of us, hold that God, Christ consciousness within us, and we are all divine children of God, each unique and individual and special, and collectively brothers and sisters.
I think that's the beautiful thing about actually the true core of the major world religions is that is the message. Now, granted, men have prostituted that message into other things, but that is the message. That there's no separation between us and the Creator of the universe.
Yes.
And that celebrating Father's Day, celebrating us.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing not to feel disconnected.
Right.
I grew up thinking Father was a little further away from me.
I always
than when
say,
found out.
religion lots of times teaches you God, that Father figure's right outside your reach. So just keep reaching, and know that it's actually not there, but it's right here.
And you're always striving for some perfection.
Yes. But not
And
here
we
at First
are.
Unity Spiritual
We're perfect
Campus,
just
though.
the way we are. We're perfect
not
just
doing
the
that
way
here.
we are. Yes, we are.
Just remember.
And remember, come see us tonight at 6 o'clock for the summer solstice. We have a
Yes.
lot of celebration and excitement to have happen then at 6 o'clock tonight. And if you are from around the world, you can always join us on live stream.
And don't forget Wanda's singing Summertime. So
Yes.
even more.
Yes. some summertime.
Well, we love you. We look forward to seeing you out front. Take care and God bless.
God bless.
Bye.
Going to the coffee shop per week per family is at least $72 to $85 a week. Therapy is $100 to $250 per week or per appointment. Dinner out is $65 to $110, and that doesn't even include the alcohol. Theater for entertainment, 2 people, $80 to $132, and that does not include the cost of dinner before. First Unity, a place, a beacon, a lighthouse, the heart of this city and the heart of this nation and of this country and of this world, teaching people to awaken and live their empowered and amazing selves. First Unity, that gives you food, spiritual food, that can transform you from the place you are to the place you long to be. First Unity, the teachings and the tools that allow you to let go of addictions and habits and things that are in your way, so you may be free, so you may fly, so you may live boldly and brave and loving right from the core of your heart. What is the value that you place upon such a place?